Hi everyone, welcome back to my room and my craft day. Well, today is my Tuesday craft day. I don't know what day you'll be watching this. And we're going to do something a little different today. You know, we've all got some mesh and we've all got some good ideas of what to do with it, but we can't find wreath forms. Man, I don't know when they're going to get here. So I decided, got mesh, no form, no problem. Grab a yardstick and let's get creative. So I'm going to use a yardstick today. And what I'm going to make is a table topper type of thing to go on one of my coffee tables. And this one is not going to be too terribly dimensional because when we're in our recliners, my husband needs to be able to see over it in order to see the TV. I'm going to do another one a little bit later where I will add foam in the middle and a big floral arrangement and make it a little bit more dynamic and dimensional. But this is just to give it a try, to show you that you don't have to have a wreath form to make a pretty project. And this same type of project can be used as a tabletop or centerpiece, as a door swag, or as a piece like a garland on the mantelpiece or on the top of an entry table, something like that. So I'm going to take you down. I'm going to be working in the kitchen because the heat index is ridiculous and we don't want to hear any more about that. But I'm going to be working in the kitchen, so I think you'll be able to see pretty well. And I'll take you down to the table and we're going to get busy making a yardstick centerpiece. Back in a bit. Hang in there. All right, here we are down at the table, and I think you can see well enough. This is the yardstick I got at Lowe's. They were 98 cents. Nice yardstick, actually. Now, you can paint this if you want to. I'm not going to for this, primarily because I'm going to be using poly burlap, and that's very heavy, so it's not really going to show a lot through. But we're going to start with putting the pipe cleaners on, and no matter which way you plan to use this, the pipe cleaners go on in the same fashion. And I'm going to start up here, and I'll move this up and down so you can see, at about 2 inches. And I'm just going to go around the yardstick, give it a twist, and have it pointing up, okay? Now I'm going to go down another maybe 2.5 inches, and I'm going to take one and I'm going to go around the yardstick, and I'm going to have it pointed over here to the left, okay? I'm going to do the same thing again, go around the yardstick, and have it pointed over here to the right. Okay, so this is what it looks like. One straight up, one to the left, one to the right. Now we'll do another one, about another 2.5 inches. And this one is going to go straight up. Okay, we'll come down again. And this one is going to go over to the left. And over to the right. Now they always go on the same way, irregardless of how you're going to use this when it's finished. At least, as far as I know, they always go on the same way. Okay? I have to open another package. And we're going to continue doing this all the way down. So this one is going to go straight up. And then this one is going to go left and right. Next one's going straight up. Next one's going left and right. Straight up. Left and right. Straight up. And the last two will go left and right. And sometimes it ends up, the last one is a straight up, and sometimes it ends up this way. Just depends on how your spacing is. But we can make it work no matter which way it goes. So there you go. That's how you put the pipe cleaners on. Now, you can put some glue on these. I'm not going to, but you can. And I'm going to be using this orange poly burlap. Now what I'm going to do is to fold it over a bit, like so. See? And then I'm going to gather it up. This is 10 inches. And I'm going to put it in this single one. Give it a couple of good twists. Then I'm going to skip those two and I'm going down to the next single one. And I'm probably going to make, oh, let's see, how long is a pipe cleaner? I think it's 12 inches. Yes. I'm going to make this about 11 inches. I'm going to fold under the edges, bring it up, and I'm going to the next single, right here. Going down again, keeping the edges underneath, and bring it back to the next single. Okay, we're going to do this the rest of the way down, about 11 inches. Gather it up with your edges underneath. Bring it to the single. Now I'm just eyeballing the 11 inches. If you feel more secure by measuring it, feel free. Okay, now we're going to go down another 11 inches. My ends are underneath. Bring it up. Couple of good twists. And I have one more single. So I'm going to go down and I'm going to put this in because I want this bump right here. And then I'm going to go down, get my scissors. I'm going to take this and roll it out about maybe like this. And I'm going to cut this. I did most of this with wood burner, but this is going to be rolled under anyway. And I'm going to roll this under. Undo this one. And I roll this under and get up there with it. Because I want it to be close to being the same on both ends. Now, it's much easier to do that if you've got the single on the end. I did not. So, all right, so that's all the way down the middle, only using the single pipe cleaners. So now I'm going to take, this is a green, and I cut these at 15. And I'm just going to fold under the end of it just a little bit, and I'm going to make a ruffle. And it's just for raveling's sake. And I'm just going to put this on the left-hand side, or the right-hand side, one of the sides. You could make a woodland ruffle, but I didn't cut them to make a woodland ruffle. That means, which is basically sort of what I'm doing now, except you hold the mesh in the other direction. I'm moving up one now, and I'm putting it in the ones that are on the side here. Moving up one. And like I said, I cut these 15 inches. I'll roll it under a little bit, just bending it under. Make your ruffle. And when you get to the other end, I'm just bending it under again. That's just going to help with the raveling. Bend it under a little. Make your ruffle. Bend the end under. See? And get it in the one that's headed in this direction. All right, here we go so far. Now I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to put them on the other side and do the same thing. And you can use any kind of mesh. Basically, you want to use a 10-inch mesh for this, or smaller. You can use that 5.5-inch to make your ruffles. I think you can get that at like Walmart. I might be one short, but we're not going to worry about that. Like I said, this was mesh that I had left over from other fall projects with my flowers. And so I said, well, I don't have a form, so why don't we just use leftover mesh and we'll kill two birds with one stone, as the old saying goes. And that's getting nice and full, isn't it? Oh, I think I might have just enough. No, yep, I think so. So, ruffling it up rolling under the end. Put it in the pipe cleaner that's facing you. That. Okay, I have some other colors here that I'm going to just put in a few places. And I think I'll make little tubes. And I'll put one in. Maybe I'll put this one. I think I'm going to put these right down the middle. Let's see how that works. And I think I'll do a little ruffle. Now these I think are only like 10 inches. And I'm not sure. But I'm going to put this one in the middle. And I'm only using the middle ones now. If I can find it again. And this, like I said, you know, use anything that looks like fall colors. I was going to roll them, but I think the ruffle will show up better. And you can also add ribbon. And you'll get a little of that rattling. It can't be avoided. This is really coming out beautifully, isn't it? So, all you need is a yardstick and some pieces of mesh, whatever colors you can use. Now, if you do a more elaborate one, which I will do another one later, right in the middle here, okay, I would mount some of that foam that you can put florals in. And then you can make like a floral arrangement in the middle. And I'm not sure if I'll do that for fall or for Christmas. And I just happen to have one more, and I just happen to have one more tie. Isn't that wonderful? Oh, actually, I have more than one more. And that is just amazing. I'm loving this. Look at this. Look at this. Does that speak to you of fall? Okay, now what shall we do? Well, I'm going to put some florals on here, some leaves and things, but I'm thinking I'm going to do a bow first. So let me get my ribbons together and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got a couple of ribbons here. I think I'll make a little bit of a stacked bow. And I'm not going to have too long of a tail. What I'm going to do is make two of them, one for the top and one for the bottom. So I'm just going to give it about 6 inches. And this is really very lightweight ribbon. So I'm going to come around, and this will be a pain in the neck to work with because it's lightweight, but it'll work. It's so pretty. You see with the pumpkins on it. And then I'm going to come up the other side. I'll give it a twist. Come up the other side. The secret of making bows easier is unwrapping some of the ribbon. But this just doesn't want to spread out. There we go. I think that's enough. And then I have this 1.5. This is 2.5. And I've got a pin in it, of course. There we go. And I'm just going to go on top of this one. And make it a little smaller. It's going to be stacked inside of this first one. All right, I will take a pipe cleaner. There we go. All right, now before I pull that back, we'll make the other one for the other end. Get your finger in there. 2, 3, 4. Cut it off. Pipe cleaner. Oh, I have a long tail there. I think we'll have to trim that. Actually, you know, that was a loop that didn't get included, and I don't think you'll never notice the difference. I guess I must have lost it out of my finger. So it's now a tail. Such a tail we have, such a tail. I was going to say, I don't know why that tail was so much longer than the first one. That's because it wasn't a tail. Alrighty, I'll get this out of the way. And we'll bring back our beauteous thing. And we're just going to find a place in between here where we can go down and go right around the yardstick. And you can go back and trim a lot of these off. Isn't that pretty? We'll put on the other end. So we're matchy-matchy. Where is the end of the stick? I think I had that going. Here we go. There's one side. The other side. Look at that. Isn't this beautiful? Good heavens. Okay, now I'm going to add some goodie stuff, some goodies. Let's see what I've got here. Let's see what I've got. I'm going to add some flowers. I'll get my glue gun over here. And I'm going to put a flower in between all of these red ones. Okay, now let's get some yellows in here, I think. This is a garland that's kind of half gone. So we'll use these pretty yellowish leaves. Well, that one's kind of orange. That was burning my finger. Not too swift. Oh well. Pay attention. Here we go. Blue strings are free. Oh, blue all over my finger and my nail. But if I pull it off my finger, it'll pull the skin off with it. Oh, here's another one. So we'll wait and it'll come off on its own. See if I've got anything else that's kind of cute in here. Ooh, look at this. Well, I've got a ton more stuff, but you know what? I think I'm going to stop while I'm ahead because, like I said, I don't want it to get too high. These are kind of pretty. Oh, I can't stop. I have to keep looking. Okay. Some more balls for the other end. And another pumpkin for this end. And that's going to be it. Well, my goodness, let me get my glue gun out of the way here. Look at this, folks. Isn't this gorgeous? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it in and put it on the coffee table, and you'll get to see just how it's going to look when I decorate the room for fall. So I'll be back in just a minute. Hang in there. Well, there you go. Isn't that gorgeous on that table? And it's 'cause it fits beautifully. We'll bring it down so you can get a close-up view. And the ribbons and everything look so pretty. It's not outlandishly brassy colored. And if you look up here, you can see that's the color of the couch behind it, which is a red, reddish burgundy. And you can see the golds and burgundies in the carpet. So it is just perfect. Perfect. So don't always have to have a wreath frame to make a project. In fact, if you didn't have a yardstick, just any kind of a thin stick would do. Just needs to be flat so things will sit on it. Okay, I'll be right back with a few parting remarks. Hang in there. So there you go. Boy, I am very, very happy with the way that came out. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And it used some of my poly burlap up that I didn't have enough left of to make another flower, and a yardstick. And it came out beautiful. It makes a beautiful centerpiece. Now, I forgot to tell you, I don't know, I'll know when I go to edit this, if you were going to use that as a door hanger. That particular yardstick does not have any holes in it. You'd have to drill a hole at the top so you'd have a place to put a hanger to hang it on. So that's the only other thing. Otherwise, if it's being on a table, you don't need to have any holes in it. It's just perfect. So I hope you love this and you've give me a thumbs up, and I can't even talk. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Share it with your friends. And get some inspiration. Here's my thing. No form, no worry. Grab a yardstick and let's get creative. So if you're here for the first time, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you'll stop by again. I wish you'd hit that subscribe button down below and the bell, and you'll be notified whenever I come out to do some kind of something. Friday will probably be another card day. And I got another yummy for Sunday. I can taste it already. Anyway and anyhow, enjoy your afternoon or your morning or your evening, whatever time of day it is that you're watching this. Please subscribe if you haven't. If you're already a subscriber, thanks so much for sticking in there. And get yourself a yardstick and some mesh. The 10-inch works very well for this. And get yourself a yardstick and be creative. And I'll see you again on Friday. And until then, stay safe, stay warm, or stay cool, whichever you need. Take the vaccine. And everybody, play nice now. See you Friday. Love you. Bye.